Hi folks, Tim here, your friendly neighborhood STEAM lab coordinator. It is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. Wednesday makes it Wednesday's Week in Science update. So I'm here to bring you the updates from the past, actually a couple weeks of science and technology news. So we'll get right to it. Doctors and scientists are wanting to finally wipe out polio. Have been some small breakouts in the Middle East, and they have developed a new vaccine that's orally administered to easily get it to the folks in the Middle East who are experiencing polio. And polio is a disease that causes paralysis in children if they get it, and so this is really important so that we can completely eradicate this disease, because vaccines work and we can take care of diseases doing that. Up next, a new optical computer processor can achieve speeds in the 50 to 100 gigahertz range. Now, most computer processors that you find in your laptops or your desktop computers, they run in the 2 to 3 gigahertz range, and this is doing 50 to 100 gigahertz range, and it will perform in the 10 to the 12th to 10 to the 15th operations per second, which is the tera or petaflops speed, which is what's found in supercomputers. These sort of advances is what's going to enable the machine learning processes for things like self-driving cars. It's really going to push that forward so that the self-driving cars can get a lot smarter and keep us safer. MIT researchers, along with Oak Ridge National Laboratory, has made a material that will improve energy storage in supercapacitors. Now, the difference between capacitors and batteries is batteries hold their energy in a chemical solution, and that chemical solution is what wants to push the electrons, making electricity. Capacitors hold it as an electric field between various plates, so there's not this chemical reaction that has to happen. Supercapacitors are new developments that have made capacitors hold much more electric potential energy. Well, with this new research with MIT and Oak Ridge National Laboratory, they used Oak Ridge's high flux isotope reactor to manipulate certain ions to penetrate into the pores of the material depending on the electric charge. Now, advances like these could lead to better electric cars, because then we wouldn't be reliant on batteries that have dangerous chemicals in them. If you get in a car accident with an electric car, you have to worry about the dangerous chemicals inside the batteries. If we can keep the advancement of supercapacitors moving forward, then capacitors could replace batteries and make electric cars even safer. The Cygnus space freighter has departed the International Space Station. It brought 8,000 pounds of experiments and supplies to the space station. It was on a 93-day mission. Once they emptied it out, they loaded it up with some more experiments to be conducted while it's in orbit on its own. And on January 26th, it will be given the command to decay its orbit, which will then safely burn up into the atmosphere. A doctor at the University of Virginia Health System has developed a new method of acoustic brain surgery that has shown improvement in Parkinson's disease patients. What it does is it uses non-invasive, focused ultrasonic sound waves to disrupt or destroy cells. And you do this operation, you can observe it through an MRI. A lot of refinement is still needed, but it is showing promising results. So you don't even have to do open brain surgery. You can do surgery from outside using focused ultrasonic sound waves. The stratosphere polar vortex is splitting. This has happened before, it'll happen again. But what that causes is it can cause the stratosphere to raise temperatures up to 50 degrees in just a matter of a few days. We saw this back in 2018, and it preceded extremely cold weather in Europe. And we're starting to see, actually today was close to 50 degrees in January in Montana. I think we're seeing the other side of that, excessively warm temperatures from the onset of this polar vortex splitting. So extreme weather to be seen in the next few weeks around the world. The Giant Magellan Telescope is beginning its commissioning phase. This is a big telescope that started construction back in 2015. It is a ground-based telescope in Chile's Atacama Desert at an altitude of 8,500 feet. And it consists of 6 27-foot mirrors that reflect to 7 smaller adaptive optics mirrors. And those are used to counteract atmospheric disturbances. And with these adaptive optics to help clear up any of the heat shimmer or diffraction because of the atmosphere, they feel that they can get images 10 times clearer than the Hubble Space Telescope. So that is going to be a lot of research that can be done. You know, we lost the big radio telescope in Puerto Rico, but with the commissioning of this one, we'll be able to start making up more astronomical research. And finally, researchers at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, actually my former employer, I used to work there, they have made diamond-based semiconductors. Now, these semiconductors can handle much larger loads that would normally fry current electrical components. Devices that control surges in the power grid, which are large devices, can be scaled down to something that can fit on your fingertip. And also, this makes megawatt class radio transmitters a much easier possibility to make. So, a lot of materials advancements. We've got the polio vaccine. We've got new optical computer processors. We've got better supercapacitors. Cygnus has departed the International Space Station and is still going to do more research as it orbits on its own. A new method of acoustic brain surgery, non-invasive acoustic brain surgery. You got to watch out for that. Stratospheric polar vortex splitting. We have a giant Magellan telescope and diamond-based semiconductors. So, great things happening in the world of science. Thanks for keeping up with me. We will see you next week on Tuesday for Tuesdays with Tim for the updates with what is going on at the Science Center. And among many other things. We post whenever something neat happens. So we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.